Alrighty guys, Submessenger for Bullshido.net back with you. Today's project is keyboard repair. This is a Logitech Orion G910 mechanical gaming keyboard. It's my favorite keyboard, so I travel with it. A recent trip, it was banging around in the back of the van, and this button here, the insert button, got just totally janked up. So, I don't know, what can you do? You can go on eBay and buy a replacement. I only have a vague idea of what this process looks like. Let's pop into here and see if we get any more information from. This costs about $3 to buy one of these things. It looks like the right piece. It's got a couple of through-hole solder contacts. The blue piece that's busted up seems to be about the same. The internals of the switch itself seem to be the same, so I think we bought the right thing. That is also a banging way to start this out. As I understand it, what has to happen here is I got to take the keyboard apart. I have to desolder the switch, solder in a new one, and put it all back together. So let's get going. So this has a small Phillips head in here. One thing that I like to do is usually have a teacup or something sitting around to hold our screws and assorted other pieces. And it would probably be handy for these screws to have a magnet, because this screwdriver is non-magnetic and or the screws themselves are non-magnetic. And what's going to happen is either you have to turn the keyboard over repeatedly to get these things out of their holes, or they're going to go flying all over the floor and whatnot, and then you're going to have extra pieces lying around. Just give this a shot. Oh, yep. So they are magnetic. That works quite nicely. This one doesn't want to come out. I hope that's the only other one. Sometimes you will find on some electronic devices that there's another hidden screw underneath, like a sticker, like that plate there. We'll just give it another try. There we go. Came right out. Oh, yeah, so that bezel can come off. My filthy freaking keyboard here. Ah, yeah, see? There we go. Hidden screws. So this blue thing up here is a telephone holder, which is almost completely worthless. There's an application that you can install with Windows with this keyboard setup that lets you monitor CPU usage and memory usage and other shit. Problem is, you can't fit the friggin' phone in there if you have a case on it. It just doesn't want to go. So we don't use it. It's just a piece of pretty blue plastic. There must be some additional screws here that I'm missing. Oh no, this seems to be, oh, you know what? Are there screws under these feet? Motherfuckers. Oh, I bet there are. God, that's gonna suck. These rubber feet, once you take these things off, they never want to go back on right. Let's take a peek and a poke. Son of a bitch. Yes, there are additional screws. We'll go 1 foot at a time. Okay, that is improved. Okay, got some snaps in there or something. Yeah, moving along. do this very coyly, carefully, to make sure that you're not breaking anything. And so I'm using a spudger, although it's getting pretty messed up now. This one is probably gonna have a screw underneath it too. I don't know what fucking engineer thinks it's a good idea to put screws in places that you have to damage to get to the screws. But whatever. This project is going to cost me about an hour's worth of time, and oh shit, there's one under here too. These motherfuckers. And the $3 I spent on the replacement switch from China. Actually, it came from New York, which is interesting, so they must have some sort of import operation going on there that they shipped it from. So I think that was a complete waste of time, because there's nothing under there that we need. I don't think. Oh yeah, there's more screws. Holy shit. Ancillary dust in there. Ooh, we'll finally be able to get that thing clean. Stupid bezel. Are those screws in our way though? I'm not sure. Alright, let me try and spudge this thing up. Oh, look, alright. I see what's going on here. Alright, this top bezel here seems to also be screwed in at multiple points, so there's, I don't know, 6 of these down here. I don't know, let's take them off and see what happens. Whoops. Yeah, that is definitely what that is. I don't know if that's going to be in our way or not. But I suspect that progress. Yes. Alright, so this whole bottom plastic tray is going to come off, and it looks like these 2 fucking pads also have screws under them. No, not there. Alright, so we got all those off. What are you stuck on? You ignorant piece of shit. That's a high degree of strain on it right there, so I don't want to pry on it too much. I don't see anything under there though. What is holding this thing together? Well, let's just take a peek while we kind of have this apart. Okay, well I can see the board in there. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see it in there. So we're getting close. But this top part, oh yes, so yes. All right, so this bezel is appearing to come off. Don't know if it has additional fasteners hidden in there, but you can see that it's coming apart without much effort. Oh yeah. suspect what's going to happen is we're going to get this off and we're going to find another round of screws that we have to remove that come in from the keyboard side into the base. Come on, bastard. Break this. Pieces all over the place here. Come on, progress. Yes. Ooh, man, this stuff is sharp. All right. What do we got? How much extra dust in there? All right. Screw, screw, screw. At least 3 screws here. Man, I hope I don't have to pull all these caps off. That's gonna suck. All right. Now let's start with these screws and see where that gets us. One of the things that I like about this keyboard is the mechanical keys. They're slightly clicky, but not super clicky. I do have another keyboard which is extremely clicky. That's an interesting little thingamajigger. Is that just decorative? Take a look at that thing. It's got some sort of design in there in the plastic. Multiple diode LEDs, so it's got 3 different colors in there, and it's like a little television screen almost. So you can customize the colors under every one of the keys on this keyboard. If you are running the appropriate software, you can also have that customization on a per application basis. So this thing wants to come out, but I don't know why. Oh, yeah, well, there's more screws up here. Get these silver guys out. Pull that piece of junk out. This is lifting. So maybe it's just kind of a snap. Oh, hey, that was the magic. You got to take this blue fucking out. All right. So what do we have left now? It looks like we've got 2 different connectors here. There we go. Yes. Thank you very much. One more over here. This is the volume potentiometer, and we should just pull out. Come on. Thank you very much. Woohoo! All right. Shit is coming off. All right. Let's get all that out of the way. What we have is our circuit board. So we're going to have to identify the correct, get this stuff out of the way, put the tools back in their proper places. Alright, so the one we want is this one right here. So these 2 guys need to come off, and I don't think direction matters. It probably does. Which means that this may be a multiple multiple effort thing. So let me get the iron heated up, and you guys just chill out there. So this is just a standard piece of crap 30-watt iron. Is that even what this is? Yeah, 30 watt. And just let him heat up there for a minute. Nurse, forceps. That is good work. All right. So years ago, I had this, what they called or branded a desoldering iron, and that was basically an iron similar to this, but had a hollow tip. Boom, extracted. All right, so the letters on this are upwards, and I'm just gonna do a quick compare. Oh, I can't fucking read that shit. Anyway, years ago I had this total piece of crap desoldering iron. It's basically this unit, but it had an additional armature that came up here, and like a squeeze ball, like a snot sucker up here, and the tip came down at like a 90-degree angle and it was hollow. That thing was a total piece of crap. So if you're getting into doing any kind of electronics work, and you see one of those things, don't buy it. Stab yourself instead. Alright, so words up this direction. We don't need the forceps anymore. What we need is just, we're going to hold gentle pressure. I'm going to heat this guy up. So he's through and in. I'm just holding some gentle pressure here for a moment. Let the solder cool. And then I'm going to tin it up on the back side with a little bit of extra solder. Then we can go ahead and start screwing shit in. Screwing shit up. Interesting. So this one here, so usually what they do on boards like this is probably a 2-pass. They've got a bunch of surface mount devices on here, some ICs all over the place. So this would be like a 2-pass. So pass number 1 would be soldering all these keys on. And what they do is they hold it just right above the top of a bath of hot solder. And then they've got a little agitator which just goes, and it causes a wave, like you might go surfing in the ocean. Well, it causes that wave to just go and hit all of these contacts. And it looks like, if you look at this one right here, that there was a little bit of a cavitation or something, and it didn't get soldered in. I did not touch that one at all. So the two that I'm working on right here. There we go. All right. So iron is off. Now we can start putting shit back together. So back, take the wires. All right, we're back in place. Got our little buttoners. I think this one goes up here. Shit, where did this one come from? Oh, right here. Maybe? Yeah, it is offset. Just like that. Oh, it's upside down now. Yep, there we go. And this guy is in here like that. some screws. So we got this little fucker, a grounding strap. I believe those. Oh shit. That doesn't make any sense. There's no contact there. Screw fits though. It's a totally different thread. Well, I may have screwed this up. We'll find out together. Pro tip, segregate your parts when you're taking it apart. Pay attention, because you may end up with square peg in a round hole. Oh, pulled that fucker right off, didn't I? Oh, while we're at it, let's put this guy on. Excellent. He's all wired up. I suppose we should try him before we put it all back together, but I don't know. I feel pretty confident that this is working out. Alright, where else did I have screws? Either that, or I'm going to end up with some extra parts. Also, important safety tip. Pay attention to your torque specifications. You will get in here and rip that plastic apart. Totally undesirable, because then your keyboard will be flopping all over the place. We do have a couple short ones left in there. I think those go on this out. Not sure what I fucking missed. And I definitely missed something. The electronics are together, so that shouldn't be too much trouble. Oh, wait, yeah, here we go. This is the part. I'm looking around and saying, where the fuck do all these screws go? I'm totally missing. Alright, so I think these deeper ones go back here. And the short ones go up here. Yeah, I got some extra fucking parts. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Obviously that bezel. I thought that just snapped in. No, there's definitely some screws in there. Motherfucker. Don't try this at home. So the two that I missed are these silver guys that go up in there. I don't know. Maybe extraneous. Well, they are now. Too fucking funny. 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got extra parts. And we've got missing parts. Again, don't try this at home. this one. And we'll take this one. Alright, and then the 2 remaining screws are the ones that I neglected to put in. I have an insert key. Let's go see if it works. Well, there you go. It lit up. And I assure you it works perfectly. I'm not going to show you the screen because I've got stuff on the screen that you are not allowed to see. So that is it for another episode of Submessenger breaking shit and then fixing it by breaking it worse or something like that. I don't know. See you guys later.